Hello, Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you people? I hope all of you are doing fine. I'm here today with a lecture of about Kingdom Plantae. I'm going to cover some topics of Kingdom Plantae, and hopefully it may be very easy for you people because the topic of Kingdom Plantae, it is easy, it is not difficult, but it creates some kind of confusion in the students. Kingdom Plantae generally is not a problem, but what we have to do is because of the difference in concepts, we have to cover the topics bit by bit. What we are going to do right now is we are going to cover the topics one at a time. I will give you lectures of 7 to 10 minutes and I will try to cover one concept in a bit so that it can become easy for you people to understand. Do keep the lectures in front of you so that you can study the lectures, you can see your books, and then you can ask questions in the comment section if you require. Okay. Hopefully, inshallah, there is no problem going to arise for you people. I'm sharing the screen, and in the screen, we have a very good presentation over here. Do stay with me in this group, in this channel, on this channel, and then do try to cover up some of the lectures. I don't upload lectures very often, but sometimes my students, they really require some lecture on the YouTube also, so they tell me to upload lectures, so that's why I'm trying to upload this lecture for you people also. Kingdom Plantae. Different types of plants are present in the Kingdom Plantae. So some of the plants are vascular plants, some of the plants are non-vascular plants. Before opening the presentation, let me just give you a brief introduction about the types of plants that we have in the Kingdom Plantae. Let me open the board. And on the board, then I will write down some things for you people so that you can have some things to note down. And then after that, we will go to the main topic of Kingdom Plantae. I'll show you the presentation. Kingdom Plantae is generally a very large group of plants. It is a large group. And this is actually, it is made up of various kinds of plants. Some of the plants in this condition, they have vascular bundles. Vascular bundle means a collection of xylem and phloem. They have vascular bundles present, which is also known as the conducting system of the plant. This is also known as the conducting system of the plant. And these plants that have vascular bundles, they are known as vascular plants. Okay, they are known as vascular plants, and generally they are also known as trichophytes. They are known as trichophytes. Okay, so then we have some other plants which do not have vascular bundles, and these are known as non-vascular plants. They are photosynthetic in nature, but they are non-vascular in because they do not have. And a very common example of these are the bryophytes. We will discuss the life cycle of bryophytes in detail also. Okay, so they are non-vascular plants. Bryophytes. Okay. Another thing that we will be discussing here is the role of the sporophytes and the gametophytes. We have two types of life forms, two types of body forms of plants. Remember these things. We have two types of body. Now, these are the general points that I'm giving you people, which we will be coming forward. We have two types of body forms, the sporophyte body form or the sporophyte generation, which is diploid in nature, and then the gametophyte generation, which is haploid in nature. Okay, we have the sporophyte generation and we have the gametophyte generation, which is now these two generations, they alternate with each other. And when they alternate with each other, this phenomenon is known as alternation of generation. Now, this phenomenon, it is present in all plants. It is present in all plants, but the details, they are variable. In some plants, the sporophyte is dominant, and in some plants, the gametophyte is dominant. The sporophyte is that generation which is going to produce spores asexually. And the gametophyte is that generation which is going to show us the formation of gametes and which is going to show us the occurrence of sexual reproduction. So these are some things which are very, very important. All the plants that we have over here, they are photosynthetic in nature. Means that photosynthetic means that they show us the presence of what? They show us the presence of chlorophyll. They show us the presence of chlorophyll. They are photosynthetic in nature, means they produce food. In some plants, the gametophyte is photosynthetic. In some plants, the sporophyte is photosynthetic. So we will, as we will discuss on, we will see the development of the two generations from each other. Okay. Main thing over here is the presence of the xylem and the phloem. If the xylem and the phloem is present, then we have a plant with a true plant body. We have a plant which has a true plant body. Okay? That is true roots, true leaves, true stems. And if the the vascular bundles are not present, then we say it is a plant-like body. Plant-like leaf-like structures, root-like structures, stem-like structures. Okay. Now let us go to the presentation. Let me show you the presentation. Then we will come back again to the lecture, and then we will see what we have in the lecture. Okay, now taxonomists have classified organisms into groups based on the evolutionary relationships and origin. And we have five main kingdoms of the living organisms, starting from Monera. Next, we see Protista, then from Protista, Kingdom Fungi, then from Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, then from Plantae, Kingdom Animalia. These are the main five classification kingdoms in organisms according to the five kingdom system of classification. Okay. Taxonomists have classified organisms into groups based on their evolutionary relationships and origin. Phylogenetic system of classification. Phylogenetic system of classification means, please write it down. Phylogenetic classification system means that there is a link with the previous organisms. There is a link with the previous plants or animals that were present before them. There is some genetic resemblance. There is some chemical resemblance. There is some molecular resemblance. Kingdom Plantae includes eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means organized cell structures. Eukaryotic means organized cell structures, organized nucleus, organized mitochondria, organized chloroplast, presence of Golgi bodies, presence of endoplasmic reticulum. Everything is going to be organized. Autotrophic means auto, self, trophic, feeding. They prepare their own food. Multicellular, made up of more than one type of cells. Non-motile, they do not move from one place to another as a whole. However, they show some kind of growth movements, or the gametes show some kind of movements, but overall, the organism is non-motile. Non-motile organisms that develop from embryos, they develop from embryos. All of these plant cells, they have cell walls which are made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a polysaccharide, a complex carbohydrate, and plants are made up of cellulose, which is also known as fiber. About 360,000 species of plants have been discovered so far. There might be some variation in this number. This is not a very accurate calculation because every day we have new inventions and new discoveries. The two main divisions of plants, as I have told you, is the vascular plants and the non-vascular plants. Vascular plants have vascular bundles, and non-vascular plants are known as bryophytes. They do not have vascular bundles. Plants, bryophytes, non-vascular, divided into three main groups: hornworts, liverworts, mosses. Tracheophytes, vascular plants, two main bases of divisions: no seeds. No seeds may, what do we have? We have ferns. They do not produce seeds. We have horsetails. We have club mosses. These are the primitive. These are the primitive tracheophytes. Primitive tracheophytes means those ones that were present long time ago from the horse. And we have others except this also. We have Psilopsids also, and we have Lycopsida, we have Sphenopsida. They have given the general name over here. Over here we have the general name, but however, when we see the original name, the name that we use in biology, we have Psilopsida, which are known as the whisk ferns. These are the most primitive. Then we have Lycopsida, which are known as the club mosses. Then we have the Sphenopsida, which are the horsetails. And then we have the Pteropsida, which are the ferns. So, यहाँ पर we do not have Psilopsida because they are very, very primitive, but you can add the Psilopsids over here. Psilopsids should be present over here, and they are known as the whisk ferns. Almost all the members of Psilopsids are extinct. Only we have one living example, and that is Psilotum. Then next we have those plants that are going to produce seeds. Now these divisions are different. These divisions are different, and these divisions are different. Okay. Now, seed producing plants, we have two main classes, Angiospermy and Gymnospermy. These are the two main classes of them, that is the Angiospermy and the Gymnospermy. Angiospermy and Gymnospermy are very, very important groups of plants, and they are the most highly adjusted and most highly adapted plants that we have on earth. Gymnospermy, we have four main divisions, that is cycads, conifers, ginkgo, and nettles. And in angiospermy, we have two monocots and dicots. Okay, Gymnospermy, they have a different type of classification, they have a different type of nature, and angiospermy, they have a different type of nature depending on the presence of seeds. These plants do not produce flowers. These plants are flowering plants. The seeds in Gymnospermy, they are not hidden in a fruit. They are exposed. And here we have the seed that is hidden in a fruit, that is protected and hidden in a fruit. Okay. Now, the next topic that we will be discussing in detail in the next class is Bryophyta. In the next class, inshallah, do come to me in the next class. I'm going to upload a lecture about bryophytes. Okay? And Bryophyta, we will discuss Bryophyta in detail. We will discuss the divisions of Bryophyta generally, and then we will discuss the life cycle. See you next time.